RV dealers are like sharks. If you're gonna swim with the sharks, you need to think like a shark or you are gonna get eaten alive. There's an old saying in the car business, cashing checks and breaking necks. I recently made a video titled Shady RV Sales Tactics that you guys responded really well to, so I thought I'd make another video sharing tips on buying an RV. My whole family has been in the car business and I was groomed to be in the car business. By the age of 23, I had worked in every single department in a Highline dealer, starting as a lot attendant. I was a service advisor. I worked in finance. I was a sales assistant. I was a salesman. I was the BDC manager. I was the loaner car fleet manager. Pretty much every position you could work in at a car dealership, I've worked in at one of the top Highline dealerships in the country. So I do have a little bit of experience, and I have to say, getting out of the car business was the best thing that ever happened to me. And even though I wash RVs for a living now, I have a lot of insight on the industry and can give you a few tips to buying an RV. In March of 2019, this year, I bought my 2008 Tiffin Phaeton 42 QRH. It had 37,000 miles on it, and it was in great condition. I was expecting a very well-kept coach, and I paid $106,495 plus sales tax and a dock fee, and I thought that was a pretty good deal in March for this coach of this vintage in excellent condition. I really felt good about the purchase. So I want to share a couple of the things that I did to try to help make my sales process easier and save a little bit of money. Now, I will let you know I did end up flying from Phoenix to Fort Myers, Florida to buy this coach. So that was one of the things that I did to save money. But I want to go through the whole process and what you can do to help save money when trying to buy an RV. Now, the first thing and the most important thing is you need to shop multiple dealers. It's going to take patience, but it's very crucial to get multiple bids and don't fall in love with the first coach you see. Now, another great sales tip is buy your last coach first. You want to really do your homework and make sure that if you're towing things or if it's too long, if it's too short, you really want to analyze your lifestyle and what you're going to be using the coach for, what type of equipment that you need, what type of weight everything is going to be, and really analyze everything before choosing the right coach. But once you've chosen the right coach, now you've got to deal with probably a shady RV dealer. Don't tell them about your trade-in. If you have a trade-in, don't bring it up. And it's tough because you want to be transparent with RV salesmen. You want to be honest. Most people are good, honest people, but unfortunately, when you're dealing with sharks, you need to kind of turn on a little bit of a shark mentality yourself. And it's something that's tough to do, but after you've done it and you've gone through your sales process, you're going to be very thankful that you are more tough on your RV salesman than giving them the benefit of the doubt. So don't tell them about your trade. Get the sales price first. So once you find the sales price, you're not even close to done yet. A lot of times they'll lure you in with a good sales price because they know they're going to get you in a lot of other areas. The other big place that they're going to get you is financing. I highly recommend shopping your credit union and getting the best rate possible if you are going to finance your coach, because when you're financing a large ticket item over 20 years or 15 years at a 5 or 6% rate, we're talking 1% could really save a ton of money over a long period of time. So very important to check with your credit union, get the best rate possible, and look into getting your own financing and not depending on the RV dealer for financing, because other people can help get you that money, and you can write a check the same way as you would if it was money in the bank, and the RV dealers have a much less likely chance of making money. So sometimes I'll tell an RV dealer like, I might finance it, and know in the back of my head I can write a check. And it's funny because sometimes you'll get a certain price and they'll think you're financing it, and then when you say, you know what, I'll just go get a check, all of a sudden they can't do that deal anymore. And I talk about that kind of stuff in the Shady RV Sales Tactics video, but I don't want to get too much into that. Another few things, I'm going to talk about a few of the other upsell items, but I want to give you a couple other tips. It's good to wait till the end of the day. You want to wear them down before they wear you down. And they are going to try to make you wait around and not respect your time. They're just going to, they'll offer you soda or candy or all that stuff that might spike your blood sugar to make one of those decisions. If you go towards the end of the day, they're going to be a little more worn down, and they're not going to play as many of the goofy sales tactics. And also, too, never buy on the first day. This is a huge process. And, never buy on the first day, and never buy at an RV show. If you're buying at an RV show, make sure that you've gotten at least 4 or 5 quotes from other dealerships before buying a coach. One of the best times to buy an RV or a car is on the last day of the month, and particularly the last day of the month of each quarter, and definitely on December 31st. I can't tell you how many times I've bought a car on December 31st. I buy cars for fun. I don't even know. I've probably owned over 100 cars in my 20 years of being of driving age. It's something that I really enjoy. I always have like 2 or 3 cars, and even if they're $1,000 cars or $100,000 cars, I love cars, buying them, selling them. If I can buy a car for $100,000 and drive it for a couple months and sell it for $99,500, and see I drove a really nice car for $500 for a few months, that's something that I enjoy doing. So I bought a ton of cars, and I'm always doing homework. And December 31st is a good time. If you've already gotten 5 or 6 quotes and you've been patient, so you start the sales process like December 12th or September 12th, getting ready to end that third quarter. The reason that you can get these big deals on the last day of the month or the last day of the year is the manufacturers have CSI bonuses. So sometimes they will have to sell, like, say, 100 of this model, and if they sell 100 of this model, they'll get a $1,500 kickback per model. So we're talking $150,000 kickback, and they may need to just sell 3 more units to get to that 100 mark or 500 mark or whatever it is. Sometimes there's some huge bonuses, and that's part of the reason that I bought a lot of cars on December 31st, because sometimes the dealers will make a crazy deal just to sell a certain unit so that they can get a CSI bonus. Now, if you're stuck, if you're the type of buyer that says, I need this interior, I want this exterior color, it has to have these options, I will only take this coach, you're probably not going to find one of these. These are going to be the off colors, the coaches that have been on the lot for a long time. Sometimes if you want the best deal, you can't be really picky. You might just have to get the best deal on what they're able to give the best deal on. So buying a car last day of the year, I highly recommend it. Just make sure that you've been doing at least a couple weeks of homework. And another way to do research is NADA values, especially if you're buying a used coach. Another really important tip is lowball them. I know people don't want to offend their salesman, and their salesman is really nice, and they want to make some money, and you're happy with the deal, but you'd be surprised if you just shoot them a lowball offer just to see what they do. It's their game. I hate doing it. I hate playing these stupid games, but if you're swimming with sharks, you got to play their game. If not, they're going to eat you alive, and they will happily do it. When you get into the finance office is when you need to be really careful. They're going to try to sell you on some sort of paint protection program or an extended warranty. And I know a lot of people love extended warranties, but the numbers on them are terrible. Extended warranty companies make a ton of dough. They set the parameters where it's really hard for you to get service work done, and they only cover certain things that are not the big ticket items. So when they try to sell you an extended warranty and a paint protection program in the finance office, stay far, far away. The average payout from extended warranty towards claims is 12%. I got that statistic from my buddy Dave Ramsey, who I have a ton of respect for and I definitely trust. So you're much better off to self-insure, pay cash, negotiate repairs yourself. Don't let the finance office get you for the extended warranty or the paint protection. The paint protection is literally a bottle of spray wax that they pay a minimum wage guy. They use maybe $5 or $10 in product, another $5 or $10 in labor. The guy probably doesn't even care, and he knows by the time they wear you down, you're not going to have time to really inspect the detail of the coach. So many people have gotten taken, and then they say, well, but it comes with a warranty. Take that warranty back to that RV dealership and see what they tell you. That paint protection warranty is worth less than the paper that it's printed on. One of the reasons that RV dealers are so poor at giving service is because things have changed to the internet. When RV dealers knew they were going to sell their customer the next unit, they had to take care of him in service, because this guy's been buying all of his units from this dealer and he's loyal to this dealer. So that's when you would have good customer service. But really, a lot of that has gone downhill because the dealers aren't making their money in sales. People will go to the cheapest dealer and then expect to take their coaches to get them fixed at the guy that tried to tear their head off, and that guy doesn't want to give them good service because he went and bought his coach somewhere else, and it's just a vicious circle. And I think, unfortunately, because the internet has made it buyers savvy and made it possible to get better deals, it's taken some of that gross that they would put back into the service department away. So I think that being a savvy buyer may hurt the dealers and hurt the industry service department overall, but it's already destroyed in my opinion. There is no dealer network for any of the top-notch coaches. I talked to Tiffin owners and Newmar owners, Fleetwood, Thor, American Coach, all of them. If you want to get dealer support, I haven't had anybody say, oh, there's this great dealer that is really great at servicing my rig. I meet RVers all day, every day, and no one's ever told me that. So I do hear it over and over that they either have to go to the factory in Indiana, to Napanee, or Red Bay, Alabama. And I saw a comment on the Tiffin forum the other day that says, Tiffin's, everybody thinks they're great, but their only solution to the problem is bring it to Red Bay. And at least you do have that option to bring it to Red Bay, but you got to keep in mind diesel fuel is expensive, and a lot of your time is very valuable, and to drive your motorhome across country is really tough. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind when you're purchasing your coach, is you're probably not going to get good service. Even if you buy it from that dealer, they're probably not going to give you good service. I wish I knew of a good service department, but I have yet to hear of it. If you've had great RV service with your RV dealer, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear more stories. And if you're an RV salesman, dropping a comment for your RV dealer, that's not cool, but I bet you there's a lot of RV salesmen watching this video now, and that's probably where a lot of the thumbs down come from. But I appreciate all of you guys that give me a like. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more RV related content, please make sure to subscribe.